Oh, well, I will tell you for a fact and for free that the best way to start your week is starting it off right here, the most anticipated breakfast show on television.
When the alarm goes off like that, boop, the right music comes on. This one. Yeah, that one.
Yes.
That one. Yeah, right there. Now, you know it's about to be a thrilling time with your favorite hosts on TV.
You bet.
Yes.
Now, if you can't get over the week, well, hey, we're here to help you shake it up and make sure that you're in the right position to get ready for an exciting week ahead of you. Even if it's a Tuesday, it's the most productive day of the week, and you're going to get that here.
Good morning. Welcome
Good morning.
to another brand new, fresh edition of Wake Up Nigeria. Today's show is designed to help you get started. Now, it is considered the most productive day of the week, Tuesdays.
It is.
You know, my name is Titi Laya Onyinson.
And of course, my name is Mazino Appeal. So there's so much planned for you on today's show. So if you guys just hang in there, it's going to be fantastic. By the way, let me tell you something about the way you look and the way we look. This was not planned.
No.
At all.
The brown movement wasn't planned, but it happens like that
It
sometimes.
does, it happens
Yeah.
sometimes. Well, it's like we're
I'm
connecting.
loving the hat though.
Well, thank you. I decided to give it a try after last Friday when I wore the
Okay.
hat throughout the entire
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
So I got a bit comfortable.
Okay.
So I'm thinking that maybe it's something I should do a bit more now.
know,
But with the afro, it's
Try new things. Try new
sometimes
things.
it's very difficult.
And then you get to showcase it on TV.
Yes. So hey, don't forget we're streaming live right now at tvcentertainment.tv and also on Facebook at TVC Connect.
Yes, so you can always comment about how he looks, how my hair looks on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Just make sure you use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
Remember, our app remains for download on Android and iOS to watch us on any mobile device you might be, absolutely anywhere in the world. Don't miss out on anything.
Yes, so. But something you need to do though, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just in case you miss any moment of the show, as long as you have that notification bell marked, you will be getting alerts on the new videos we post every day.
And on Friday at 2:30 p.m. every single Friday, we bring you something extra on Wake Up Extra on IG Live. So make sure you're following us on Instagram so you can be a part of that interaction that goes on with the superstars that we bring your way.
Yeah, welcome.
Yes, indeed. Welcome. Oh, wow. Mike, you are looking very dapper this morning, man.
You took the words out of my mouth.
Very, very dapper. I like that red.
Mikey.
Suspect this guy.
No, but you look good, man.
So I have an ulterior motive.
Oh, okay.
Because the cinemas are open now, and
Mike
Mike
is
knows all the
go-to
guys
guy.
in the cinemas. Yes, so I just want to make him happy so that.
Until download film on your phone.
No, we do not advocate for piracy.
No illegal
Who
downloading.
said pirating? Go and download legally. You think you don't
download legally? Where?
legal downloads. Download it and watch on your phone and enjoy it in the comfort of your.
Sure.
But I love the combo, man. Very
Yeah. How far now?
So what was that we were talking about just earlier about today being a special day now?
Today is International Heart Day.
Heart Day, yeah.
So,
Heart.
Yes. So it's used to mark the issue of cardiovascular diseases all over the world, and apparently is like the #1 killer all over the world. A lot of people tend to just, brush it up to cardiac arrest and all those things, but there's so many things that lead up to that.
And one of those would be actually stress. And the fact that we do not do enough exercise to try and take care of ourselves. So here's hoping that if you're out there today that you got yourself some exercise, or just stay tuned because we've got fitness coming around the corner sometime. But by the way, our 60th independence is almost upon us, and Coca-Cola is celebrating it in epic Niger style. So you want to join in song as we set a world record as the most number of people to ever sing the national anthem at once at the same time.
Tune in to the Coca-Cola Nigeria YouTube channel on the 1st of October at 10:30 a.m. Once again, the 1st of October at 10:30 a.m. for an exclusive virtual concert. We'll be featuring performances by some of Nigeria's biggest and coolest acts like Tubaba, Yemi Alade, and Rema. It's going to be a first, and it's going to be epic.
Yes, indeed. It's just 2 days away. That's what's gonna be
Rema.
happening.
Baba went on a Twitter rant yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
Very.
Okay.
Gave us Kanye vibes yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, Kanye vibes, as all those are deep vibes. You don't understand me.
He talked
He
about-
let out a lot.
Yeah.
I think he's been holding up. He's a young. So I remember. I'm not saying this, but I remember that song. The one the Maven did where he says, "I remember when I was like, you're a kid, man.
Nah.
When did you suffer?"
2 years
When I
ago.
went back to his story, that young boy has gone through a lot. He lost his dad, lost his elder brother, lost some friend, and he really did hustle. I saw some videos back. and he knows what he's saying. So the point is that when he spoke about his dad used to be a chieftain of a political party. He spoke about how, how his dad passed on, how some people were to blame. He spoke about his music, spoke about
all this on his rant.
And then, Burna Boy felt him, Davido felt him, and which is good, giving somebody support after that time because you don't know exactly what the person's going through. He let out a lot, man.
Jazzy actually came on and told that, when somebody asked that, hey, you might want to take this guy's phone away from him or change his password. But Jazzy was like, why? He's passing the message. Let him speak, let him rant. So, well.
It's just a delicate thing because later on, 3, 4, 5 years in the future, someone might just go back and look at some of them and misconstrue some things, which is why they say, okay, don't put everything out there on social media. So it does depend on the context as at today, but then in 5 years, will it mean exactly the same thing? All right.
Well, tell you what we're going to do now. Let's get ready for the news. So, it's been a day of mixed reactions over the suspension of the protests and strikes called by the labor movement over the recent hike in pump price of petrol and increase in electricity tariff. The industrial action was suspended in the early hours of the morning yesterday when Labour, represented by the Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress, struck a deal with the federal government. The agreement entailed suspension of the increase in electricity tariff and provision of palliatives in the area of transport, power, housing, agriculture and humanitarian support to cushion the effect of the increase in price of petrol. Meanwhile, the leadership of the National Assembly has acknowledged receiving the petroleum industry bill from the executive arm of government. President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, confirmed this development during a meeting with the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources and the Group Managing Director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation in Abuja. He said he received the legislation 2 weeks ago, but yesterday's meeting was to understand the content in order to ensure speedy passage. And on his part, Timi Priya Silva says the bill is very important to the economy as it will make Nigeria an attractive investment destination. But he believes the nation must begin to explore alternative sources of energy as it can no longer depend solely on oil. Meanwhile, 36 states of the Federation have gone before the Supreme Court to challenge the presidential executive order signed in May by President Muhammadu Buhari on the funding of the courts. The sole respondent in the suit is the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami. The suit was filed on their behalf by 9 senior advocates of Nigeria, led by former president of the Nigeria Bar Association, Augustine Alege. They explained that President Buhari, by virtue of the executive order he signed on the 20th of May 2020, had pushed the federal government's responsibility of funding both the capital and recurrent expenditure of the state high courts. Sharia Court of Appeal and the Customary Court of Appeal to the state government, they contended that this was a clear violation of Section 6 and 8, subsection 3 of the 1999 Constitution, which makes it the responsibility of the federal government to fund the listed courts. The 36 states, which said they had been funding the capital projects in the listed courts since 2009, are also praying the Supreme Court to order the federal government to make a refund to them. And still on judicial matters, a high court in the Federal Capital Territory has awarded a cost of 50 million naira against Senator Elisha Abo. The senator who was ordered by the court to pay the sum to Osimi Bibra, a warmate, the woman he assaulted on camera in March 2019. The civil judgment is coming weeks after a magistrate court in Zuba, Abuja acquitted the Adamawa North lawmaker of charges of assault instituted against him by the police magistrate Abdullahi Ilela. He had upheld a no-case submission filed by Mr. Abo, stating that the police failed to prove beyond reasonable doubt that the lawmaker assaulted the complainant. The Independent National Electoral Commission has commenced replacing manual voting with automated voting system. INEC National Chairman Yakubu Mahmood assured that the Commission has taken another decisive step towards the full automation of the electoral process, And according to him, INEC has invited manufacturers of electronic voting machines around the world to practically demonstrate how the machines work, preparatory to migration. He also highlighted what he called significant innovations that have deepened the transparency and credibility of elections and the electoral process in Nigeria. Mahmoud Yakubu said the INEC Register of Voters is the largest database of citizens in Nigeria. The Nigerian Civil Society Situation Room and the Nigerian Police have begun talks about properly securing the polls in next month's governorship elections in Ondo State. Convener of the Civil Society Situation Room, Clement Nwakwo, was at the force headquarters in Abuja to draw attention to the heightening political tension in Ondo State and call for a greater involvement of the security in escalating the brewing conflict between politicians and political parties. The civil society group commended the performance of the police in the discharge of their duties in Edo State and the credibility of the outcome. The Inspector General of Police gave assurance of an even more formidable security deployment to Ondo State and urged all involved in the electoral process to operate in accordance with the law. Former President Goodluck Jonathan has again briefed President Muhammadu Buhari on the political situation in Mali. The meeting with the President and Mr. Jonathan, who is the Economic Community West Africa States Special Envoy to Mali, was held at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Mali has appointed a civilian and interim president who will stay in office for 18 months and lead the country back to constitutional order after the military had taken over power in the country. The special envoy, Goodluck Jonathan, said the military leaders are yet to satisfy ECOWAS' demand of a full civilian as president, or rather vice president, and what his roles would be in government. That position is currently being held by a serving military officer who was also one of the leaders of the takeover. And finally, on the news, the national leader of the All Progressive Congress, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, has congratulated the governor of Osun State, Boyega Oyetola, as he celebrates his 66th birthday. The APC leader says the governor has placed Osun on the pedestal of economic stability, rejuvenation and prosperity in so little time since he assumed office. He also wished him many more years, robust health, and imbue him with his grace and protection as he pilots Osun to enviable heights. And that's it on the news update for this hour. Do stay tuned. We'll take a break and return with sports news. Well, thank you very much. So, welcome. And let's do the papers for a Tuesday here, shall we? All right, so this morning we're going to start real quick from The Nation. It's Tuesday, September 29th, 2020. And of course, the first big headline on The Nation newspaper, NLC TUC leaders under attack for suspending strike. Ex-Labour chief, others back union panel on power tariffs, review begins work. At the top of The Nation, court fines Senator Abo 50 million naira for assaulting saleswoman. And Lagos generates 72% of expenditure. Government, our finances are okay. INEC begins migration to e-voting. Agency tests runs machines. And at the in the middle of the page, you find these headlines. NNPC to be commercialized. Government plans midstream sector in PIB. And a picture of President Muhammadu Buhari presenting the award to the ICPC youth leader here. And of course, 2.67 billion naira school feeding cash in private accounts. Very interesting story that. You will find that one on page 5. And at the very bottom of The Nation, Lagos to thrill residents with both crews to mark Nigeria at 60. That would be fun. Moving on now to the Vanguard newspaper. And of course, as usual, many headlines here. Anger as Labour leaders abort strike, mass protest. And Labour sold out, says the group. Ex-NHRC chairman Odinkalu blasts Labour and JAF disowns Labour. NLC TUC officials fault suspension. A colossal disappointment, says Kogi workers. We're surprised by Kwara workers. Ibadan residents protest suspension. Labour leaders protest strike suspension in Edo, and it goes on. And a look at the photo story here. Protests and security siege in Ibadan. Calabar, and in Lagos as well over the failed nationwide strike called by the labor yesterday. Very many stories, rather photos there, including one with army authorities. I wonder what's happening in that one. FG lobbies NAS, that's National Assembly, for urgent passage of bill, or rather of PIB bill. And FG to build walls around River Kaduna sympathizes with flood victims. At the very top of the vanguard this morning, 2.67 billion naira school feeding funds found in private accounts, says the ICPC. And sex toy shop saga, Abuja court slams 50 million naira fine on senator for assaulting woman. Buhari seeks stronger collaboration to end corruption and deregulation. NNPC paid itself 1.53 trillion naira subsidy for petrol in 3 years. And that's all the headlines on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. We move on now to the Punch. ACF warns Osibajo over utterance. Ohaneze, Afenifere, others back VP. Forum admits unhealthy cracks, opposes comments that can worsen tension. Government doing nothing to address cracks. Prayers not enough, says Ohaneze. And right under the photo story of the protesting we see APC government planning bridge linking Ondo with Lagos, says Sanwo-Olu. And sex toy assault, court order senator to pay attendant 50 million naira. And World Bank approves $20 million post-COVID-19 grant for Ekiti. Mimiko seeking third term or rather by supporting Akeredolu's deputy, says the APC on page 8. And on page 4 and 5, 10 die, many injured in Ogun, Anambra crashes. And oil workers, students protest, accuse labor leaders of betrayal. There's more headlines on there. You might want to grab a copy of this. And don't worry, if you want some more, we'll be back in the second hour to tell you some more of the headlines we have on today's dailies. To stay tuned. First hour here for Wake Up Nigeria. We've got more coming your way. My name is Mazino Appeal. We'll be right back.
Good morning. Yes, it's time for Lagos traffic updates. And you know, as movement resumes with different people trying to get to your destination all at the same time, you have to be extremely careful with how you manage your movement, which is why we are here to ensure that you get to your intended destination on time and, most importantly, safe and sound. Now, we're going to start off from, I dare say it's my favorite route. Talking about the Abule Egba bus stop to Mushin bus stop access. Okay, so here's the traffic situation as at this morning. From what I can see here, it will take you just about 1 hour, 10 minutes to get to your destination. And I can't believe it myself because it's usually an hour, 45 minutes or thereabouts. But an hour, 10 minutes max should take you. So if you've left home, hey, you're in luck. There aren't so much traffic this morning. You just need to look out for some areas, okay? So I'm going to tell you the areas to expect traffic, especially if you're passing the expressway, okay? So as it is, it's actually gone up now. It's going to take you an hour, 20 minutes. Okay, so as it is, the places to look out for traffic, Yanopaja. That's the first place you would experience gridlock, so look out for that one. After Yanopaja, it's mostly light traffic, just pockets of light traffic and freeway. And then when you're approaching Dokpemu, prepare your mind for traffic, and it's going to be a gridlock. Mostly a gridlock, but then pockets of light traffic till you'll get to Ikeja on that bridge. So the traffic this morning becomes really bad from just before Dokpemu. So prepare your mind for that. That will add about 40 minutes to your journey as it is. But don't worry, an hour, 15 to 20 minutes, you should be at your destination, setting out from Abule Egba bus stop, heading to Mushin bus stop this morning. As usual, it's not so bad approaching Oshodi and, of course, going to Mushin. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys have updates for me, so let's hear them.
Why are you sure?
Just a few.
You're just sure by yourself like that.
We've got just a few. Let's talk about traffic situation coming from inside of Apapa and Ajigala heading towards the island. It's pretty free today until you get to Mobile Road. Just as you're about to cross into the Apapa Road, there's a bit of a hold up on that side. of things. But on the Lagos-Badagry Expressway, Orile side of things, it's not as bad as, but you will find yourself in some traffic before you're able to get on the Abulela Bridge and onto Eco Bridge. Eco Bridge itself is free until you descend it and onto CMS, where you might be in another bit of traffic, but once you get past that, it's free all the way inside of the island. Akin Adeshola on the island, however, has got traffic on it coming from Alfred Rawani. And there seems to be peculiar kind of traffic on the Third Mainland Bridge. The island side of things here seems to have plenty of pedestrian traffic. I don't exactly know why that is so, but yeah, that's a heads up for you, and that's what we've got, Mary.
Okay, thank you very much.
Unless you have something else, Titi?
No, actually, I was trying to see if Follow Lasma had anything. Not right now.
Not right now,
Traffic Chief doesn't have anything right now either, so
Okay.
I think we're good.
Well, that's it.
Okay. Okay, so taking a look at Ojodibeja heading towards CMS Garage. From what I can see here, especially if you decide to pass Maryland instead of the usual, that's making a diversion at Ojota, trying to pass through Maryland. It will take you just about 45 minutes to get to your destination, particularly if you're driving. So it does seem like going to the island this morning is good no matter the route you choose to take. Whatever the case may be, please have consideration for other road users. Drive carefully, obey traffic rules. I think that's one I should have been saying all this while. I'll join the guys in the kitchen. Hopefully there won't be any traffic on the way.
No, there won't be any traffic between there and here. Hopefully not. There was so much that happened yesterday.
Oh, so much happened yesterday, didn't it, Mike?
Yes, but before we get into that, when Mary gets here, we'll go into that. I wanted to say, congratulations to Tokwe on her show.
Oh, yes, it did yesterday,
At
didn't it?
AM Riona starting yesterday evening. She knows we're proud of her. She knows we're proud of
always
her.
are.
Yeah, and actually, I was actually pleasantly surprised. You know when you're...
I didn't see it, so was it really
Yeah,
good?
so when they
I
call
saw clips of it. It's an epic.
Yes, it's an epic, and they've really built the characters really well. They've put a lot of effort into the makeup, locations, and everything. And I have a feeling it's gonna be on for a while.
I saw plenty of clips,
like
and apparently many of my friends are a part of it.
Okay.
Now, let's get to the matter of the day. I would like to say this would not be the first time that I've come on here to talk about fandom and ask the question, how far is too far? No, trust me, I'm not going in that direction. But yesterday after our...
But any direction you want to go, the road is free. There's no traffic.
But after we had a very interesting conversation here yesterday, I made a statement where I said...
I watched it.
I said something about the win, Lakers win as not being as exciting. And I think a lot of people saw that video. No, I take that back. A lot of people saw the first 10 seconds of that video.
Yeah.
And simply went into a tirade. And I'm like, do we as people concern ourselves anymore with seeing or listening to the entire information that's being passed across? Or is our culture such that now all we need is just a headline or the first few words of any conversation, and then we make our own conclusion? Because that was what it was like yesterday. No one ever berated the poor lad. In fact, we were happy for him. The only thing that I expressed was the fact that we already expected that he was going to win, and thus for us, it kind of like dampened that yes moment.
So that it's been like that for a while. When it comes to headlines, even on the newspaper, when you're passing a vendor, you just look at the headline and then begin to make your own judgments. Also, you look at captions as you're scrolling past on social media, and then you just make a judgment. You just assume this is the direction the person is going. The video was actually quite a long one.
Yeah, it was about
quite a long
6 minutes
conversation.
long.
Yeah,
from when
so
we started and talked about it.
But I also have to say the fans of the person in question are expecting, maybe they're expecting some kind of energy with the hope that they can hit on someone else, So a lot of, like, I can remember Tasha's team, what do they call them again? Titans, yeah? Now they any single second, like any small thing like this, they jump on it and try to find some hidden meaning. It's become a culture. And if you don't speak up, it's like you're not one of them. So I have a feeling it's about following a trend and following a crowd rather than actually having some points to
For yesterday, it's about the same thing, and Mazina said it all. it wasn't like we're even on different sides of the divide. I even agree with him because, I mean, what he meant there was, look, this person had stayed for almost half of the show. We had already known.
Yeah, we knew already.
So that was what he meant, because you expected that. Okay, at the final, who's going to win?
It wasn't there. That suspense wasn't there because we knew it was going to be.
So I generally, I feel like no, I don't feel, but we should, when issues come up on social media, we should learn to read or listen more.
Yeah.
We should learn to read or listen more, and before you comment.
Listen, personally, I don't care. That's the truth. I don't care. Wow. I just feel everybody has people that admire them, that look up to them, people that want the best for them. If you decide to take it the extra mile, putting in bile where there should be a lot of sweetness, that is absolutely your own problem. I really don't care, because this person has won already. You already got the money. Whatever our opinion is, we don't deserve to get bashed like that. We all have people that would go the extra mile for us. So please, besides that, I just found out yesterday that Ozo is an Arsenal fan.
Hold on.
Okay.
The history come out well again. I thought you wanted to. I was going to expect you to open your mouth and say something. Also, that's not. No wonder. They're giving her the birthdays and he was receiving it.
I said, but why are we Arsenal fans like this? Why do we take everything?
I don't know. Please explain to me.
Okay, so people have this belief that Arsenal.
It's not belief. It's not a belief. You see, look, I dare say, look, one of the qualities, before you even check for genotype, when you're dating a person, check the football club the person supports. Wait, let's start from the top of the table. If you support Liverpool fans, those styles will spoil you. They know how to take care of a woman. Wow. If your guy is a Liverpool fan, Man U fan, those ones is scoring accident. They don't know where they're going. They're back and forth. Arsenal fans, you will cheat on them, they will apologize to you.
Oh,
that's Arsenal fans.
That's where he was going. That they know how to take,
Arsenal fans, they can take anything.
Wow.
You understand? They can take anything. So, that's the go now. That's why I had to hit that button.
Whatever you like, say. At least now.
It's not what I like.
Whatever you like.
It is what it is.
Whatever you like. As long as you don't mention yesterday's match. Whatever you like, say. So let's just move on.
Okay, but we spoke about it over the weekend into this, and I mentioned that Arsenal, they're doing quite good. They have a new coach who I think is one of the most pragmatic and intelligent minds when it comes to football. And he's doing very well. And that's the reason why I feel Liverpool would do well to retain the title, because beating that coach is not easy. He beat Liverpool twice. I mean, over cup games and all of that. And so that's why I feel Liverpool will retain the title.
I believe that the return match will not be the same, because there's a lethargy that has been building for a while now that I've observed. If you remember the last match, we barely got off with the 3 points.
The way people. So
this is the fandom I'm talking about.
Exactly.
Yes. This is the
same thing.
You know how we started. See, this started in a while. It started with Arsenal has, and then you moved to my club has. They moved to we. Then now some people do not go as far as I beat you. I don't beat
you do that every morning when you walk into the studio with the crew here. You're always yelling at them.
Have you actually met a true fan though? Someone who has everything from the towel to the mug.
That's Mike now. He's even wearing red.
To everything, everything for the club. Everything. These people spend millions. They spend millions every year.
You also want, but the thing is, and this goes out to you, Mike. Look how excited you are about these foreign leagues and all. What about our Nigerian leagues? Are anybody as excited as they are for Arsenal with Aimba?
So are you starting for Sunshine Stars?
Yeah,
I actually used to watch
jerseys
them a lot.
And all.
Yeah, so yes, I actually like local football. Local football is actually where my interest in football began. Before I started.
So the truth is, we can actually build fandoms for our local teams. It is possible on social media. Anything is possible.
Nigerian football.
It is.
All right, then. Let's take a break now, guys.
A while, though.
And when we return, we've got more coming your way.
Now, while most people complain about slow mornings, time seems to fly really fast right here on Wake Up Nigeria. And that's because we're having a great time every morning.
You bet. Because time flies, that's why we rise up early every single morning to get you through your own morning and also set the pace for you for the day ahead and maybe even a week ahead by giving you a head start.
So a warm welcome to the second hour of the show. We hope that you've stayed right there Just stay right there till the final hour. My name is Titilayo Oyinson.
And of course, my name is Mazino Appeal. Stream the show live, tvcentertainment.tv, and on Facebook at TVC Connect. Do remember now, those are the special words.
Just make sure you use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC when you're sending in your comments across all our social media platforms.
And of course, I always like to tell you guys to download our app. It's very important and available for download on Android and iOS store. And it's free, and with it you can watch us from anywhere you might be, from any device that's got internet, of course.
Yeah, of course. And you could subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's where I like to go and catch up, actually. This TVC Entertainment on YouTube, and you can catch loads of clips there.
On Fridays, 2:30 p.m. is the time to catch us on IG Live, because we bring you someone really special for you to chat with.
Yes,
it's
sir.
interactive, and we always say, hey, no holds barred. If you want us to ask a question, we'll ask it for you.
Yes, so we have a brand new day and one of the best chefs. Chef Shebo Timo is in the kitchen. Woo! And the crowd goes wild.
Great to have you on the show, Chef Shebo Timo.
Before anything, I want to use this opportunity to tell TVC Nigeria, I want to appreciate you for the opportunity given to me on Friday. Yeah. It was awesome. Thank you.
Stop it. We like it.
Thumbs up for you. The great opportunity.
She did so well.
And you did well. The food was... See, everybody's talking in the background like everything was amazing. Thank you so
I
much.
should thank you more because it was a great opportunity given to me. And I would love to do more and more and more again.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Now, for those that don't know, we had our Cultural Diversity Day
by now.
on Friday. And she provided so many great traditional delicacies.
There was
for
masa,
everyone.
there was palm wine.
Everything.
Yeah, there was this particular mix. Yes, it's your signature mix.
Yeah.
She calls it kuzo. She mixes the kunu and zobo somehow, and it doesn't mix together. It was amazing.
Wow.
It was amazing.
Wow. Great stuff.
Tell you something I like that she makes her kuli kuli.
Yes.
Is the best in the
I
world.
also like it.
Oh.
I love it.
Now, before we all start getting hungry,
We're already hungry.
please let's come up with our very first. We're coming up with our very first performance on the show. We have a performance. Since the lockdown, we've not had any performances.
Yeah, so this is the first one.
Yeah, first one. Alternative folk singer and guitarist Komos
Yeah, we're looking forward.
is gonna be coming here to serenade us. Yeah. So as soon as I saw Chef Shebo Timo, I just remembered that I got a call yesterday saying that I was the one that got the most votes for best traditional costume.
Oh, for Friday.
I actually got a call yesterday. I wasn't here yesterday, so I got the call,
Well,
and I was
congratulations.
like overwhelmed. So thank you to everyone that voted.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
In fact,
Thank you.
for that kind of a competition, I think it's okay that you had to vote because there's just so many. Everybody,
Too many,
too many nice
yes,
stuff. So
exactly.
how can you
Really
really
hard.
pick a winner? Because I normally feel like, okay, so when I think of maybe like the EMVCAs, and I think that a jury, when I think of things like that that have to do with excellence in a profession, I feel a jury of particular like an ilk should be the ones who will pick who will win. But in this scenario, voting works very well.
Yeah.
So kudos, congrats.
Thank you.
Nice
And then
one.
thanks to
Nice
everyone
one.
that took the time to actually go online and actually check out the pictures and vote.
I'm so sorry, Titi. I actually forgot to vote.
You
But I'm happy that you won. I'm happy that you won
thank
at the
you.
end of the day.
Thank you.
But I was behind you mentally.
Yeah.
We began today, we won. So
Yeah.
what's your prize? You know,
Exactly.
you can't take your prize alone.
Okay,
What do you get?
I actually have a plan to share it. Actually,
What is it gonna be?
It was a gift card for a very popular supermarket.
Oh,
Yes,
There were a lot of votes
gift
on that
card
day.
for a very
we're all
very
going
popular.
together now.
Yeah,
Tomorrow?
so maybe drinks
If
on
not,
me.
no movies for you.
Maybe drinks on me or something.
No
Okay,
movies
cool.
for you.
I'll
All
take
right.
drinks. I'll take drinks. Good one. All right. So let's do the news. I think Ibrahim is going to stand by for us. We haven't seen Ibrahim in a while. Ibrahim, how you doing, man?
Cabo.
Where you been, man?
Come on. Yesterday I
round
wasn't
two.
around. Saturday I was here. Sunday I was here. Together we had the training together with TT and Mazina, you know that. So it's not been long you saw me.
I love your tie, by the way. Beautiful.
Thank you very much, Mary. You always appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control reported 136 new cases of coronavirus overnight, taking the country's total number of cases to 58,460. Lagos recorded the highest number of new infections with 71, followed by Rivers with 23 new cases. Plateau had 12 new infections, while Adamawa and Oyo States recorded 6 new cases each. So far, 49,895 people have been discharged, while 1,111 people have died from COVID-19 complications. It's been a day of mixed reactions over the suspension of the protest and strike called by the labor movement over the recent hike in pump price of petrol and increase in electricity tariff. The industrial action was suspended in the early hours of Monday morning when labor represented by the Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress struck a deal with the federal government. The agreement entails suspension of the increase in electricity tariff and provision of palliative in the areas of transport, power, housing, agriculture and humanitarian support to cushion the effect of the increase in price of petrol. Meanwhile, 36 states of the Federation have gone before the Supreme Court to challenge the presidential executive order signed in May by President Muhammadu Buhari on the funding of the courts. The sole respondent in the suit is the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami. The suit was filed on their behalf by 19 advocates of Nigeria, led by former President of the Nigerian Bar Association, Augustine Alege. They explained that President Buhari, by virtue of executive order he signed on the 20th of May 2020, had pushed the federal government's responsibility of funding both the capital and recurrent expenditures of the state high courts. Sharia Court of Appeal and the Customary Court of Appeal to the state government, they contended that this was a clear violation of Section 6 and 8, subsection 3 of the 1999 Constitution, which make it the responsibility of the federal government to fund the listed courts. The 36 states, which said they had been funding the capital project in the listed courts since 2009, are also praying the Supreme Court to order the federal government to make a refund to them. Still on judicial matters, the High Court in the Federal Capital Territory has awarded a cost of 50 million naira against Senator Elisha Abu. The senator was ordered by the court to pay the sum to Osimi Bibra Wamate, the woman he assaulted on camera in March 2019. The civil judgment is coming weeks after the magistrate court in Zuba, Abuja, acquitted the Adamawa North lawmaker of charges of assault instituted against him by the police. Magistrate Abdullahi Ilela had upheld a no-case submission filed by Mr. Abu, stating that the police failed to prove beyond reasonable doubts that the lawmaker assaulted the complainant. The Independent National Electoral Commission has commenced replacing manual voting with automated voting system. INEC National Chairman Yakubu Mahmoud assured that the Commission has taken another decisive step towards the full automation of the electoral process. According to him, INEC has invited manufacturers of electronic voting machines around the world to practically demonstrate how the machines work preparatory to full migration. He also highlighted that what he called significant innovations that have deepened the transparency and credibility of elections and the electoral process in Nigeria. Mr. Yakubu said the INEC register of voters is the largest database of citizens in Nigeria. And former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan has again briefed President Muhammadu Buhari on the political situation in Mali. The meeting with the President and Mr. Jonathan, who is the Economic Community of West African States Special Envoy to Mali, was held at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Mali had appointed a civilian as interim president who will stay in office for 18 months and lead the country back to constitutional order after the military had taken over power in the country. The Special Envoy, Goodluck Jonathan, said the military leaders are yet to satisfy ECOWAS' demand of a full civilian as vice president and what his roles would be in government. That position is currently being held by a serving military officer who was also one of the leaders of the takeover. That's the news update for this hour. Mike has sports update for us now. Mike.
Hello and welcome back. Now, it's all about the headlines in the dailies at this point of the show. And we're going to be starting with the Nation newspaper. It says here, NLC TUC leaders under attack for suspending strike. Ex-Labour chief, others back unions. Panel on power tariffs review begins work. It also says here, Tinubu lauds Oyetola's landmark achievements as Osun Governor clocks 66. Moving a bit closer to the top of the page, it says court finds Senator Abo 50 million naira for assaulting saleswoman. Lagos generates 72% of expenditure. Government says our finances okay. INEC begins migration to e-voting. Agency test runs machines. NNPC to be commercialized. Government plans midstream sector in PIB. And 2.67 billion naira school feeding cash in private accounts. And that's what we have on the cover of The Nation. On the cover of the Vanguard newspaper, it says, anger as Labour leaders abort strike, mass protests. Labour sold out, says group. Ex-NHRC chairman blasts Labour. JAF disowns Labour. NLC, TUC officials fault suspension. A colossal disappointment, say Kogi workers. And many other comments like that. On the aborted strike, there are some pictures of, in the photo story there, protests and security siege in Ibadan, for instance, and in Lagos over the failed nationwide strike called by Labour yesterday. Federal government lobbies NAS for urgent passage of PIB. Federal government to build walls around River Kaduna. Sympathizes with flood victims. Right at the top here, it says 2.67 billion naira school feeding funds found in private account, according to ICPC. And the sex toy shop saga, Abuja court slams 50 million naira fine on Senator Abo for assaulting woman. Buhari seeks stronger collaboration to end corruption. And on deregulation, NNPC paid itself 1.53 trillion naira subsidy for petrol in 3 years. I'll wrap it with this one. It says POS mobile transactions decline as experts blame banks. That's what we have on the cover of the Vanguard. Moving to the Punch newspaper this morning, it says here, breakup warning, 60th independence anniversary. ACF warns Oshimbajo over utterance. Ohaneze, Afenifere, others back VP. Forum admits unhealthy cracks, opposes comments that can worsen tension. Government doing nothing to address cracks, prayers not enough, says Ohaneze. Right beside the masthead there, it says 2.67 billion school feeding funds found in private accounts. I mentioned that twice before already. 36 states drag federal government before Supreme Court over courts funding. Right at the top here, rice production has increased by 1.2 million metric tons of, according to federal government. And let's see what we have on the cover of the Daily Independent. Lockdown scam. ICPC traces 2.67 billion naira for school feeding to private accounts. It seems to be a story on every paper this morning. 2.5 billion naira to our Greek ministry's deceased staff account. Recovers ministry's 16 billion naira diverted to private accounts. And let's see, it says INEC considers electronic voting for 2023 elections. Let's see what else we have here. APC leaders not helping Buhari. Okorocha laments. Wike to Amechi, you awarded political contracts. And Lawan Wajabiamila vow 9th NAS will pass PIB. That's what we have on the cover of the Daily Independent. And that's all we have on the headlines in the dailies for this morning. We're going to be heading to Mary now. She's in the kitchen with Chef Shebo Timo, and she has something sweet to prepare.
Thank you very much, Titi. Chef Shebo Timo always comes with a bang as usual. And today's bang is going to be mouth-watering and, of course, enough to fill our bellies. Thank you so much for being on the show again, Chef Shebo Timo. And thank you again for last Friday. Amazing stuff you did.
Thank you, too.
Okay, so what's for breakfast?
Crispy yam. and
Crispy yam.
and plantain.
And plantain.
Yeah.
You did not mention the corn. I can see corn boiling.
I want it to be like a special one.
A special one.
Yes.
Crispy yam.
Yes.
Plantain. Is the plantain going to be dodo form or boiled plantain?
Dodo form.
Oh.
Even the yam is going to be fried.
Let me do
While
my
the corn
best.
is going to be an appetizer.
My best imitation
Appetizer.
of Mr. Macaroni.
Yeah. The corn is appetizer though,
Okay.
to facilitate the food. When
Okay,
you want
to
eat
aid
it.
digestion.
You can't wait.
Okay, so let's talk about the ingredients.
Yeah,
Plantain.
we have plantain, we have our stockfish, our rose carrots.
Rose carrots.
Yeah.
There's actually a trick to this, which is very simple. There's a sharpener for this, and you can find it in the market.
Exactly.
Yes.
We have our crayfish, our pomo, our pepper, which is cooking. This is our bell pepper to garnish.
Okay.
And
So
this-
this pepper is actually the raw form of the one that is
it's
cooking right
cooking.
now. We just wanted you to see what it looks like after being blended. What makes up the pepper?
We have our rodo, tomatoes, and tatashe. And inside it we have our crayfish,
Fish. Okay.
cinnamon, turmeric, ginger powder. Let me just start giving
I
the
told someone
secret
to
of the
put
recipe.
cinnamon in stew. The person said he's scared.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh,
Hey, Nathaniel, sure you can hear. He said he's scared. But
why? The person
you
should
need
just,
to try cinnamon in stew
Oh my
to understand
God.
what this ministry is all about.
I'm telling you.
Okay, so we also make use of yam,
Yam, yes.
seasoning cubes, salt,
Yeah.
and that's about it. And of course, the corn that is boiling.
Our corn
But
is
did we
boiling.
put salt in that corn?
Yes, I did. But
Just corn, just salt.
just salt.
Okay, nothing else. No
Nothing
oil,
else.
no
Nothing else.
seasoning cubes.
Not
Okay,
seasoning cubes.
okay. But what did we put in the pepper?
It's our natural spice.
Okay,
Which
natural
I just
spice.
mentioned earlier, the ginger,
So it's just the
turmeric,
regular spices that we have there. No
Yes.
seasoning cube.
no seasoning cube,
No
and our salt.
Oh, there's salt. I mean. Okay.
Salt
okay.
to taste.
Okay. So this is something we can buy in the market, right? It's
Yes.
to shape.
To shape, just to facilitate your food. You know, sometimes we are eating the. What I like doing is I do my common thing and uncommon way. That's my style.
Common things in an uncommon way.
So
Okay.
this is not. I can always use my knife, but I just want it to be
different.
to look different. And when you are eating, you're like, you know.
Yeah.
And
So when you
you are
want to make
eating-
this, especially now that school has resumed,
Yes.
you want to make whatever meal for your children as exciting as possible. Children feed with their eyes first and
Yes.
foremost before they feed with their mouth in
Exactly.
most cases. So you want to ensure that whatever it is you're giving your child is something the child finds really appealing. That's the idea of this. So
That's the
you
idea.
shape it. You can do this for potatoes,
You can use it for even. I'm using it for my
the plantain as
yes.
well. Okay. I know there are other shapes as
The
well
other
that one
shapes,
can achieve.
like we have art, it does depend on how you want your food to be served. You know, sometimes I have done the one of hearts before with egg, you know, do the different kinds of, when you are eating, you have to be creative.
Yes.
Food is all about creativity. When you are able to create what you want to eat, even you yourself that want to eat, you feel relaxed and like, yes, I'm a king.
In
When
this.
I'm eating.
And,
That's
and
it.
there's something I observed. When you do this edges kind of yam, there's this crispiness you get, extra crispiness. Because of the edges, it makes it really...
Crispy, and you know, when we are done, you see
When we are
that's
done,
gone.
I'm very sure that the guys are waiting to be the ones to try. I wonder who is going to beat who today, to be the one to have today's breakfast.
You are going to
but
call
we'll
the
be sure
taster.
to find the taster.
Called the taster.
Of the day. Now, there's some things people do with corn, like cutting off the corn, like slicing it off more. Like, are we going to be doing that to
We
this
are
corn?
not. We are just.
So we are serving it whole.
We are serving it whole like that.
So you eat the corn alongside the plantain. Don't you just want to see what it will look like at the end? Wow, my fingers are crossed. So what else are we going to do? We're going to fry the yams.
We are frying the yam.
Frying the plantain.
plantain.
Is there anything going inside that sauce? It looks like it's ready for more
It's
stuff.
ready for more sauce. We are putting this.
Okay, the fish.
It's rinsed already.
Okay, okay.
So we are putting
Just
this.
put that in. Nice.
We are putting this
Okay. Okay.
crayfish,
Crayfish, and then
fish.
the pomo goes in as well.
This is pomo,
Yeah. Cow skin.
cow skin.
There you go.
Yes, I'll add this pepper more to it because.
So, okay,
Putting it,
okay,
yes.
okay.
That's not going
So,
to do it.
that's about it.
That's about it.
So we're going to let everything, you know what they say, kata wonwe. Let everything get pepperized.
All right, so we got your blood pumping with that one, hopefully, and we want to help you simmer it down with some music. Komos is an alternative folk singer, songwriter, and guitarist. Now, as someone who he seeks to inspire change with his music, he also makes songs that are centered around faith, hope, and love. Now, he has a number of singles out already, as well as an EP titled Where It All Begins. Now, Komos, indeed, where did it all begin? Can you tell us?
Well, it started in 2009 when I started learning how to play the guitar and started singing. I wanted to change the world with my music. I still want to change the world with my music.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, where is that beautiful guitar of yours? Are you using her today?
No, I won't be using the guitar today.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Tell us the title of the song you're performing.
So it's titled Aworan, Photograph of You.
Okay. What does that mean for those that don't understand?
Okay, so the concept of the song is when you look at yourself in the mirror, what do you see? Do you believe in the person inside? So the reflection you see outside should first start inside. Yeah, so that's what the song is really about.
All right, then. Now, this is one I've been looking forward to. We have Komos with Aworan performing now.
All in one, you've made me this way. Why you love me, I don't know. But all I wanna do is get you today. I heard you say you got a plan for me. So I am gonna trust you all the way. Nítorí bí àwòrán ẹni mo jẹ́, I'm like a photograph of you. All I ever need, I found in you. I'm like a photograph of you. Oh, 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 Now listen. Sometimes life gets so hard, so insecure, feels like I lose my mind. Feels like everything's not working out. When I've tried and tried and tried some more, then I go on my knees and pray. So I let loose the power inside of me. Now I realize I've had it all along. When I speak those words, I can do all things. Nítorí bí àwòrán ẹni mo jẹ́, I'm like a photograph of you. All I ever need, I found in you. I'm like a photograph of you. Yeah, bí àwòrán ẹni mo jẹ́, I'm like a photograph of you. All I ever need, I found in you. I'm like a photograph of you. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Àwòrán photograph of your heart. I'm like a photograph of you. I'm like a photograph of you. Yeah, I'm like a photograph of you. Yeah, I'm like a photograph of you. Oh, bí àwòrán ẹ ni emoji. I'm like a photograph of you. All I ever need, I found in you. I'm like a photograph of you. The aura emoji. I'm like a photograph of you.
If you're just tuning in, that is Comas there, and Aurora is the name of the song he just performed. Beautiful song, by the way. But you know, you've been into this for quite a while now. It's obviously been quite a journey. But when we first met you, we met you in 2017. Yeah. You came on air in 2017. So between then and now, tell us a bit about that journey between then and now, and how music has affected you.
Well, it's been a long journey. It's not been easy. There have been challenges on the way, but I've gotten better. Try to introspect and bring out all that I have in me. Like this last EP was pretty much talking about my story from inception, from when I started music, and where it all begins. Talks about the beginning. So every song was written at different phases of my life, and it tells a story of my journey.
Now, part of that journey, might have been rocked a little bit by the lockdown. I don't know if a lot of people have talked about their lockdown experience. Would you like to share what you were able to manage during the lockdown?
Yes, it was a difficult period, but again, it also gave me time to make a lot of strides because I was home. Everybody was home, so I had to write new songs, revamp some songs that I've been working on, work on marketing. So I just really try to look at the bright side of the lockdown and try to maximize it. All
right then. So tell us about the EP. What are the key tracks on it, and what was the whole idea surrounding the EP? It came out in, I think, July, right?
Okay, so for the EP, my personal favorites is Tono. So there are two versions of Tono, one featuring Moses Audu and one featuring Lumina. I had to pick these people because they represent what the song stands for, shining your light out there and being light in the world. And that is the key message of my music in itself. So it embodies everything that I stand for. So the Tono songs, then Change is also one that the video just came out. And I've been working on expressing all the things that I had in me. So that's what the EP is basically all about.
All right then. Now we're definitely going to be looking out for you on Instagram. That's at Comos Strings, right?
Yes.
At Comos Strings.
Yes.
Beautiful
KOMOSTRINGS. Don't miss it.
All right. Now I can't wait to hear what you come up with next. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
Thank you for having
everybody.
me. Thank you.
Woo! Now we're going to be taking a quick break and be back with more. Wake Up Nigeria continues after this.
And of course, you're welcome back. It's still Wake Up Nigeria here, still the second hour, and we have with us someone very special. With over a decade experience as a Montessori director and entrepreneur, Ochiko Prudence Daniels has joined us again on parenting, and today she's going to be talking to us about how children get organized through self-directed activities. Ochiko, it's good to have you back on the show here today. Good morning.
Good morning, Mazino. Good morning, yes. Nigeria, and happy 60th, Nigeria.
Oh, yes, it's only 2 days away, isn't it?
Right.
Good to have you here on the show. So, Ochiko, we're still talking Montessori.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, we're still talking Montessori here on parenting, and today we're talking about how children can, by using self-directed activities, how they can get organized, yes?
Oh, yes. The Montessori environment or the Montessori method is actually focused on self-directed activities for children. Michael Knowles is popular, and he's been named the father of andragogy. That is self-directed activity, self-directed learning for adults. But when you look at the process and how the Montessori method is carried out, you can tell that children can also get self-directed. It's not just limited to adults. You know, the Montessori environment is actually structured to help children get directed. And the skills that these activities encourage have real life applications. You know, for example, the founders of Google and Amazon they were Montessori students at some point. And so we say that these things actually go into your future, make you become innovators and the rest of that.
So my question
I'll let us go into the topic for today,
Yeah. So I've got a very interesting question. Do kids get organized because of the Montessori system of teaching, or is it that the Montessori system is organized itself, and that's what influences them? I don't know if you get my question.
I do. Do kids get organized because of the system, or the system is organized and then it makes kids organized? Both scenarios are true for Montessori.
Okay.
You know, what is self-directed activity? When you look at it from the adult perspective, it is a process where individuals are able to take initiative with or without the help of others. They are able to know what they need, their learning needs are. They set goals. They identify resources for their own learning. They make choices. And, you know, they test these and implement. These all happen in the Montessori environment.
Okay.
You know, so the key is the way learning is done in Montessori environment. Everything is precise. Precision is prioritized in every aspect. We have the 5 aspects of the Montessori learning environment: the practical life, the sensorial, the culture, the language, and math. Now, all of these learning areas have precision in them, have sequencing in them, it's more like a process. It's just like in everyday work or organizations. When you have a process in place, the outcomes are almost predictable. They're actually always predictable,
Okay.
So the system makes it possible for children to get organized, and the system itself is very organized.
Okay. So we find ourselves in very peculiar times with the pandemic and parents having to be a big part of the education of kids. We've been talking about Montessori system for a couple of weeks now, and it seems like it is a teacher-based type system where teachers are able to influence kids using these structures that are provided inside of the Montessori system. But what about parents? How can we weld the situation we find ourselves homeschooling into this Montessori system to help make our kids more organized?
Okay, just like I mentioned the last time I was here, I did say that the Montessori method, Africa, I did say that Africa or Nigeria, we have it inherent in us. We do it by default. So Montessori is not a far cry from, and again, the school cannot actually do it alone. Montessori learning is a collaboration between the home front and the school environment. So parents can learn from the activities in the school. Actually, the system is not complete without what we call parents' communication. Any proper Montessori setting would have the aspect of parents' education, parents' communication once a month. And that helps parents to know exactly what to do. At home, you orient the children, we have Montessori homes. You set up those homes to encourage Montessori activities. For example, you make children know where things are placed so they're able to put them back when they take them off. You make those items children reach, not far beyond their height.
So
you
now
make
that
them
you've
reachable.
said that, and just because we don't have too much time, let me ask the next question that comes after that, which is, so how do parents help the kids organize these self-directing activities? In clear terms, what do parents need to be able to help their kids self-direct and get organized?
Okay, that's exactly what I was getting to. Parents should have a little corner for their children and have their items sorted out so that the children understand that when I need this, this is where I go for it. Like in the Montessori environment, they know where to get a drink or water from. They know where to get a snack from. They know where to get their shoes from. They know how to put on their shoes and all of that. So if these structures are implemented at home, the result will be the same.
So it works to help the kids get independent much faster because they can already do their own chores or do their own activities without supervision.
Absolutely.
That's beautiful then.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Ochuko, it's always great to have you here on the show. It's just so bad that we don't have too much time all the time. But hey, thanks. And of course, we're looking forward to having you back again on parenting here on Wake Up Nigeria.
It's my pleasure.
If you're still watching, but of course you are, we've got things sizzling in the kitchen, and you bet it's going to be very, very delicious. Mary, how's it going in there?
Very well, as a matter of fact. It's all coming along nicely. Corn is ready, the sauce is ready, the plantain is frying, the yam is frying. You should see this, see the sauce. Hey, just imagine what she's giving us for breakfast. Don't you just wish you could have this with bole mazino?
Oh, not just with anything, all of it.
My gosh, this is amazing. Okay, so far so good. Chef Shebi Otimo of Supertown Concepts is in the kitchen, and she has done quite a lot. We boiled the corn. We also had the sauce done. Now, there's something you were doing with the plantain, which was similar to the yam. I'm going to let you continue with that. Maybe I should help you with that so you can show us how to get the plantain done the same way, because some people might struggle with the idea. Okay. So that's it. Seems pretty easy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you can do the same thing with the plantain as we did with the yam, just to give it that different look. And so at the end of it, this is what you're going to get when you fry. So it looks like this. The longer you leave it, like the way this one is brown, there's going to be that crunchiness when you're chewing.
Just pour this in the other.
Okay, so I'll take out the yam.
Yes.
Yeah, just look at how nice the yam looks. Yes, so imagine dipping this in the sauce. I hope you will not be screaming abracadabra, because this is going to be really tasty. Really
So tasty.
So, Chef Shebi Otimo, you're particularly famous for your, just look at me running away from hot oil. You're particularly famous for your kuli kuli. But of course, I know you do some other things. Tell us more about what you do.
We do events, we do decorations, food. How do you want your food? Natural food, amala on point. Tell me what you want.
Yam
Then
pottage.
Yam pottage.
Yeah. I know that one is another signature dish.
Street food. How do you want kokoro, dankwa?
Anything local.
Anything local, and you want your event to stand out. Really, Supertown is ready for you.
Amazing.
How do you want it? The zobo, the kunu.
She's just too good at what she does, believe me. She's just too good at what she does. Okay, so we're at the top, or rather at the end of the second hour. We still have about 45 minutes to go on the show today. And we need you to stay with us. It's Wake Up Nigeria.
Welcome back. Now, with all the amazing activities experienced in the first 2 hours, it is a given that the next 45 minutes is going to be completely exhilarating.
Definitely, you guys. You bet. Breakfast shows add a little color to our mornings, but having you at the other end, hey, that makes it all the more beautiful for us here. That's why we are honored to be in your homes at this time every single morning.
Now, this kind of makes us feel like we're part of your family. In fact, as you're making breakfast for the kids, why not just make a bowl for us too? You know, thank you so much for staying right there with us all the way. The final 45 minutes is about to begin.
Yes, if you just joined, you're late to the party, but hey, so much has already happened, but we still saved the very best for last. So welcome to the final lap of the show here. My name is Mazino Appeal.
And I'm Titi the Dynamite. Yeah, the Dynamite.
You forget your name for a minute.
So hey, I think they planned that one. I'm Titi the Dynamite. I'm Titi Layo Oyinson, and I'm ready for an exciting 45 minutes. Remember, you can always stream this show live at tvcentertainment.tv and, of course, Facebook at TVC Connect.
Yes, and we love your comments. We just want you to remember to help us find them. Use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria.
You loved them yesterday, didn't you?
Yesterday's comments were not very nice. So some people were, I was like, I didn't do anything wrong to you guys, but you guys just came after me.
Yeah,
Come on,
well.
people. Come on. It's okay. We love it anyhow.
Talk about you.
I know, right?
Then you are nobody.
But we love it. Keep it coming. We love those comments. Whatever they are, don't worry. We can take it. We can take a punch even. So it's all right. It's all good.
Now, when it comes to food, we always have it on lockdown. Our kitchen is abuzz right now.
Oh,
and Chef Shebo Timo.
Mike is missing.
I'm trying
What's
to.
You were caught.
Mike,
You were caught. Easy.
Mike,
see
that's
Mike-
a very
Mike is
bright
here.
red.
He
You can't
just
miss.
went down.
You can't miss that red, Mike.
Mike, what did you do?
Because he's chewing plantain, that's why he's hiding.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
he came in for a steal.
Oh my goodness. I can imagine how Mike was when he was a child. He used to want to take the plantain that Momsi had already
Yeah,
fried.
got you. Gotcha.
Yeah.
You thought the camera had left.
So we have quite a bit still to come. Now, you need to join us for nutrition. Now, nutrition is going to be handled by Tolani Fashion today. We're going to be discussing glowing skin.
Nice one.
Okay, so I was going to talk about today being Biscotti Day as well as Heart Day. But this kind of caught my attention. Okay. Have you ever had to run away from something? Like go into hiding?
From what
From
exactly?
anything?
No.
It's not life every day. Don't we just want to run away?
True, true.
I'm
But we're
telling
talking
you.
like
Yeah.
physically
Oh,
relocated.
physically? No.
Physically relocated.
Have you ever?
Yes, no. Your parents did not flog you one day and you said you left there, you said that you're going to run, but by 6 p.m. you're back at home.
I think it's happened to me, but it has a very solemn story behind it.
Okay.
But
Nothing too bad. You
Yeah,
know,
well,
like, I think
no.
I ran away from my mom's slippers.
nah.
My mom's slippers, when she throws it, you run. But for some reason, her slippers used to turn corners.
Oh,
It was a
you
boomerang.
Like you turn left, the slipper will follow you. Ah.
You know they call, see, that's the origin of homing device. It's targets. They all know that.
My mom was gangster. She used to. She's a seamstress, a tailor.
Okay.
So she never used to use the cane. She used to use the tape.
Wow.
The measuring tape.
Oh my
And they were
God.
painful, and the sound was different. It was multiple.
I'll never forget the day they gave me
You can
combo
never
beating.
forget it, obviously.
My dad was coming. I was trying to run. Mom, see how you are like. Hold it.
We should talk about gangster moms.
We should, I know, we
That
should.
day, went up again. You open the door. Yeah?
We'll talk about gangster moms on one other show, I'm sure. But let's do the news. Someone who, it doesn't seem that he ever got flogged as a kid because he's always so calm, cool, and collected.
It's a lie.
Ibrahim.
You just said that about me. My dad inside Agbada will keep Kubuko and ask me to do something from inside.
We thought we had heard the word.
Oh boy. All right, Ibrahim, let's hear you for the news.
The Nigeria Center for Disease Control reported 136 new cases of coronavirus overnight, taking the country's total number of cases to 58,460. Lagos recorded the highest number of new infections with 71, followed by Rivers with 23 new cases. Plateau had 12 new infections, while Adamawa and Oyo states recorded 6 cases each. So far, 49,895 people have been discharged, while 1,111 people have died from COVID-19 complications. It was a day of mixed reactions over the suspension of the protest and strike called by Labour movement over the recent hike in pump price of petrol and increase in electricity tariff. The industrial action was suspended in the early hours of Monday morning when Labour, represented by the Nigeria Labour Congress and Trade Union Congress, struck a deal with the federal government. The agreement entails suspension of the increase in electricity tariff and provision of palliative in the areas of the transport, power, housing, agriculture, and humanitarian support to cushion the effect of the increase in price of petrol. Meanwhile, 36 states of the Federation have gone before the Supreme Court to challenge the presidential executive orders signed in May by President Muhammadu Buhari on the funding of the courts. The sole respondent to this suit is the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami. The suit was filed on behalf by on their behalf by the 9 senior advocates of Nigeria, led by former president of the Nigerian Bar Association, Augustine Alege. They explained that President Buhari, by virtue of the executive order he signed on the 20th of May 2020, had pushed the federal government's responsibility of funding both the capital and recurrent expenditures of the state high courts, Sharia Court of Appeal, and the Customary Court of Appeal to the state government. They contended that this was a clear violation of Sections 6 and 8 of Section 3 of the 1999 Constitution, which make it the responsibility of the federal government to fund the listed courts. The 36 states, which said they had been funding the capital projects and listed courts since 2009, are also praying the Supreme Court to order the federal government to make a refund to them. Still talking judicial matters, the High Court in the Federal Capital Territory has awarded a cost of 50 million naira against Senator Elisha Abo. The senator was ordered by the court to pay the sum to Osimi Bibra Wamate, the woman he assaulted on camera in March 2019. The civil judgment is coming weeks after a magistrate court in Zuba, Abuja, acquitted the Adamawa North lawmaker of charges of assault instituted against him by the police. Magistrate Abdullahi Ilela had upheld a no-case submission filed by Mr. Abo, stating that the police failed to prove beyond reasonable doubt that the lawmaker assaulted the complainant. The Independent National Electoral Commission has commenced replacing manual voting with automated voting system. INEC National Chairman Yakubu Mahmoud assured that the Commission has taken another decisive step towards the full automation of the electoral process. According to him, INEC has invited manufacturers of electronic voting machines around the world to practically demonstrate how the machines work preparatory to full migration. He also highlighted what he called significant innovations that have deepened the transparency and credibility of elections and the electoral process in Nigeria. Mr. Yakubu said the INEC register of voters is the largest database of citizens in Nigeria. And former President Goodluck Jonathan has again briefed President Muhammadu Buhari on the political situation in Mali. The meeting with the President and Mr. Jonathan, who is the Economic Community of West African States Special Envoy to Mali, was held at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Mali appointed a civilian as interim president who will stay in office for 18 months and lead the country back to constitutional order after the military had taken over power in the country. The Special Envoy, Goodluck Jonathan, said the military leaders are yet to satisfy ECOWAS' demand of a full civilian as vice president and what his role would be in government. That position is currently being held by a serving military officer who is also one of the leaders of the takeover. And that's it on the news for today on Wake Up Nigeria. Sports news is next, right after this break.
You like say darkness still win. Shall we don't lose our hearts? Shall we don't stop to believe? But we fit to restart. If you take one step and light up one life, you can make a change. You fit be the change. If you take one step and light up one life, you can make a change. You fit be the change. Oh yeah, turn up, 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 turn on the lights, turn on the lights. Oh yeah, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up. Turn on, turn on, turn on, turn on the lights. Would you turn on the lights? Turn on, turn on, turn on, turn on. Waiting, he go take to reach the world around you. making of your mistake. There's someone out there waiting on you. So take that one step and light up one life. You can make a change, you fit be the change. So take that one step and light up one life. You can make a change, you can be the change. Oh yeah, turn up, 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 turn on the lights, turn on the light. Oh yeah, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up. Turn on, turn on, turn on, turn on the light. Would you turn on the light? Turn on, turn on, turn on, turn on. If you take one step and light up one life, you can make a change. You fit me the change.
I want to mix that song.
Listen, let me tell you something.
You know what I was hearing?
What?
Is it turn off or turn on?
Is it
Turn on.
Turn on. That's Yoruba.
In Yoruba for
turn
on. Yeah.
Which funny enough.
Me, I was hearing turn off the light,
Come
turn
on,
off the
man.
light.
Turn
Wait, see,
on the
so
light.
I was thinking of the kind of change you want to make when you turn off the light.
Come on, that was fantastic.
Great.
Come
Wonderful,
on,
wonderful.
Come on, I
Wonderful.
don't admire you. I am jealous of you.
Ah.
I am absolutely jealous, man. 'cause
I-
I've always
stop
wanted to
saying
play
that
the
thing.
guitar. As in, that was fantastic. Great voice, great art. As in, what can I say?
I'll miss that song. Turn off, turn off, turn off.
No,
Turn off the light.
don't turn it off.
Come on,
please.
how long have you been playing? How long have you been playing the guitar?
Come on.
For about 9 years.
9 years. So
Yes,
if I was
thereabouts.
to start playing now, where would I be in like a year?
Well, that depends on you. You could be this good in a year or two.
Wow.
Yes.
Do the girls like you because of the guitar?
Well,
Be honest. So
well.
you're singing about turn on, turn on, turn on.
No, but the truth is, one of the reasons why I remembered him from 2 years ago was because of the guitar. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm
fantastic.
sorry. It's
I
the
know, I
guitar,
know.
you know. Hey, we ladies.
very,
Hey.
very good
Hey.
guitar.
That kind of, please sing to me, sing to me. Come on, sing to me.
Is that a Spanish guitar?
Yeah.
If you could hold me in
No,
your
but
arms.
alternative music is an interesting choice, and not a lot of people in Nigeria understand it or connect with alternative music. So it must have been quite a risk for you.
I've got a very interesting
You know?
question for both.
They say when those that know how to play the guitar know how to use their hands.
Well,
They actually do know how to use their
Listen to
hands.
this. Listen to this
That the
question.
guy is smiling. No, okay, man, all
Which
this bad.
Nigerian song has ever made you the most emotional? Which Nigerian song has ever made you cry? Many people would actually give this one a
Quite a
very
few.
deep thought.
I think a Johnny
me one
Drill
now.
song for me.
No, I mean really.
Yeah,
Has it ever?
for real.
Which
yeah.
one then?
Papa.
Papa. Okay.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Papa
Fair enough. Do
Johnny
you have
Drill.
any?
Yeah.
I used to do that emotion
Not
thing.
emotional.
I used to do that emotion thing.
Mike is not. I'll tell you.
But Nigerian song that make me emotional. So it depends on the kind of emotion. you know Terry G.
Mushy.
Angry.
You know Terry G. That
Which one?
you can only that song. If I hear that song, sorry, Terry G.
I
The
guess
emotion is so complex.
Then
That
Emotions are
There's one
different.
more.
so you should have decided that was which kind of emotion.
Mushy emotions.
Mushy emotion.
Yeah.
Okay, mushy
Maybe
is kind of
love,
hard.
maybe,
But if it
I
is
Then
Terry
there was
G.
one again. There was one again. The one that we sing December 31st.
Which one's that one?
This year, this
Oh,
year,
J1.
this
J1,
year.
yeah.
J1,
Oh,
okay.
do you?
But I don't know if you guys remember that group called Pulse and this song called Sauté.
Saute, saute, saute.
I
Saute,
love
saute,
it.
saute.
Where's that group? They won a competition, right?
Yeah.
There's this competition they won, and they were formed in that competition,
Yes.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so after that
They
song,
made one song, Sauté. They had a remix with Busta Rhymes on it, by the way.
Wow.
Busta Rhymes was on
Yeah,
the remix
yeah,
for
yeah,
that
I think
song.
I remember.
And then after, but it was so emotional because it
I'm gonna
kind of
pray- I
like
gotta pray
chronicled the
Sauté, I
person's
remember.
life from, trying so hard and hustling and hoping that I'm going to make it one day. So I got to pray sote. It was so emotional for me.
Deep
I liked
songs,
it.
deep songs.
Beautiful.
That was, there's this other one, this one, one day,
I think I know that one.
Yeah,
You go better, you go better.
So do you see a common ground there? We always like songs that actually,
Hope.
you know, exactly give us some sense of
it's
hope.
a theme because, I mean, incidentally, of course, in 2 days' time, Nigeria will be 60. And, you know, when you think of this country and what we could be, hope is the only thing that can keep you going. That's about the only thing that can keep you going. When you look at things and what we could be, I mean, this is without any shadow of doubt. What we have, we've said it 1,001 times, we could be the #1 nation on earth, and this is not because I'm a Nigerian. So hope. So that's why anything that has to do with hope, it takes us, you know.
And it does feel like, you know, we've been blessed with so much in this land. We've been blessed with every natural resource you can imagine. We have some of the brightest minds in the world. I think the only thing really holding us back as a nation is ourselves. And I say ourselves.
You don't have to explain. It's us that's holding us. We know. How you know when people are off the mic anyhow?
No,
we don't hear the effect of after you've off the mic. Give us what happened.
I don't think as Nigerians we appreciate Nigeria. I'll give you a very typical example. For the average person to just be able to toss something out of the window and not feel remorseful about it. I see this all the time. Like yesterday when I was going, I felt like I wanted this guy just tossed something from out his window, just out of Jota. And I really I felt like picking it up because I'm on a bike. I wanted to pick it up and put it back in his car.
Yeah.
Like, you know, just let it
No
go.
wonder there's this trend. Someone was asking Fela Durotoye. Now, Baba, I used to be picking up trash from the ground. What's happening after election? But hey, come on. We can only hope. That's the central theme, hope for the best.
Yes. Tell you what, let's do a break. When we come back, final few minutes here on the show. You guys are going to enjoy what we have coming up. Do stay tuned.
Thank you for staying with us. Welcome back.
Yes, indeed.
Masno is having a very good laugh behind the set. And
Yes, we
Titi
have
and Mary are just making things happen. But hey, come on. We have our final guest in the house.
Yes.
And we want to kick off with a few fun facts about our guests. This beautiful and talented lady was born into a musical family, and she drew inspiration from musical theaters and movies around her while growing up. Now, she grew older, she followed her passion and studied theater arts at the Pennsylvania State University, USA.
Yes. So we'd like to find out more about her and her story. So let's welcome actor, singer, and TV host Ade Laoye. Yay! Nice to have you here.
I'm going to pretend like I can see you guys. I'm just visualizing you guys like I'm in the studio with you right now. But yay! Thanks for having me.
Use the theater of the mind.
Yeah, use your mind, you know, the power of your mind.
Yes.
It's good to have you here.
Good morning, guys.
Yes, good
Thanks
morning
for
to
having
you.
me. It's good to be here.
I've heard actors and their style of acting, and they call one, maybe one Russian name or something. Do you have any style you've modeled your acting after? Any big name like that? Some Stakovsky, I hear, some different names like that.
Stanislavski.
Hey!
No, I mean,
Which is yours? Which is yours?
Often called the father of modern acting. No, I studied different techniques, so I kind of use the one that fits the moment. You know, I don't believe in just kind of sticking to one. I think it's good for actors to just have a broad set of tools in their toolbox, as we like to say. So you use whichever one kind of.
What of the Pete Edochie style? Asian Nollywood. Is that one?
Asian Nollywood, the child that cannot see from standing on the mountain. I'm just like, wait, what?
Let me ask you a question about you and whether it be on theater or whether it be in a movie. Are you the same person on both stages? Movie, are you the same? Do you use the same method as you do when you're doing a movie?
As doing a movie and theater?
Yes.
Is that what you mean? Yeah, the technique is the same. I think TV acting and stage acting are very different.
Yeah.
But what you're doing, in essence, is the same. And what you're doing is you're telling a story.
Which one's much
and
more
you're trying
taxing?
to connect with your audience.
Which
one
one's
is
much
what?
more tasking?
They both are in different ways. I think the thing with theater is obviously it's live. The audience is right there. There's no cuts. There's no let's do another take. You know, once the show starts, it goes. The show must go on. But it's also contained. It's within 2 hours or however long you're on stage in that moment. For film, you're shooting over months and months and months and months. So it's a different kind of energy, I guess, that's required. But they're both very challenging in their own ways.
Okay.
Now, the accolades come in fast and plenty for you, but I just want to ask this. What is the most derogatory criticism you've ever encountered about your art?
Oh, wow. I actually, and people say this, but in this industry, you kind of have to have a thick skin.
Tell me about it.
People will always have something to say. People will always talk. So I try to not pay attention to like the negativity, and I just focus on doing the work. And even Oscar winners, people say they can't act. So at the end of the day, just do you, and those that will love you, and those that don't, you just have to keep it moving. So yeah, I don't pay attention to like negative comments, not really.
Nice. Okay, now this question I always like to ask everybody who's in the movie industry, especially if you've had exposure outside of the country. Are there certain challenges in Nigeria that you'd rather do without when it comes to the Nigerian movie industry? And what are they exactly?
There are always challenges. Even in Hollywood, there are challenges. You know what I mean? I think people tend to see abroad life as perfect. It's not. So we're human beings. Anywhere that you find human beings, there will be challenges. So yes, Nollywood has its own set of challenges, but I'm so proud of my industry, and I feel like I'm so proud of, the leaps that we've grown in leaps and bounds over the past couple of years, and so many exciting things are happening right now that I'm excited to be a part of. So in terms of like challenges, I mean, infrastructure, that's kind of, I feel like one of the easiest ones to point out is we don't particularly have a system that supports the arts the way that it should. And so I feel like a lot of filmmakers are doing a lot or having to do a lot of work by themselves. And so if we had a system that just like supported artists and supported what we were trying to create, I think we would be a force to reckon with. I think we are a force to reckon with in spite of all the challenges. So imagine if we had the support that we needed, we would be unstoppable.
I get that.
All right, so you made mention of the things you're working on, and of course that's what excites you. What exactly, what new things can your fans and those that love you expect? What can we look out for?
So I'm here to sell my market, so please guys bear with me.
As you are selling, sell it with this thing, because we'll send the invoice to you.
Please. Let's sell it. Thank you. So I'm currently here to talk about a movie called Finding Hubby that's going to be coming to your screens in November. So Finding Hubby, it might sound familiar to some people. It's the Oyin Clegg story. About 10 years ago, this blog went viral. It was written by Tunde Leye about Oyin Clegg and her quest to, settle down and find a husband. And episodes were released online every Monday. So it was like a huge thing. I believe on last count, it reached about 2 million readers, like nationwide. Like it was insane. So the Oyin Clegg story is coming to your screens, and I play Oyin Clegg.
Nice.
And the film's directed by Daniel Musanwo, with Tunde Leye being our writer and executive producer as well.
Are you the one? Are you the one looking for a hobby in the movie?
I'm looking for a husband.
Okay, wait, calm down. Let's bring it now to
real life.
Let's bring it to real life. Have you found
Mr. Right.
hobby or close to hobby or something around that region?
You have to watch to see if she found hobby. Hey, that's it.
Huh? What do you say?
You have to see the movies.
No, I'm not talking about the movie. I mean real life.
Oh, you're talking about Adelawi. Let's talk offline.
Offline? No. We're on your mic. We're not talking offline. Let's know so that.
Let's talk about Oyin Clegg.
So that let's know. You want to shoot the shot.
Clegg's love life right now.
I think that would be an interesting one. But in any case,
I don't want strangers rolling up into my DM right now. So,
Let's talk about what you're giving back to your community or your industry or everybody else. You've been in the movie industry. I'm sure a lot of people are looking up to you. Is there anything you're doing that, is like sort of like a give back to these people?
So one thing I do actually is I coach. I teach acting lessons actually. And I co-founded an acting workshop called The Real Deal Workshop with my friend Diana Ikini, who's also an actor as well. And so we teach and we coach actors, because I definitely do think lack of training is something that our industry struggles from. It's one of the challenges that we have. And so I'm trained, I'm classically trained, and I have a lot of teaching experience, so I've actually been teaching quite a bit. So that's the way I'm giving back in my own little corner of my world.
All right, wonderful, wonderful. So this is us wishing you the best, and we're looking forward to what you have in November. We're looking forward to seeing it.
Yes, Finding Hubby. It will be at cinemas nationwide. Star-studded cast: myself, Kehinde Bankole, Monachi Abi, Paul Utomi, Charles Etubiebi, F.I. Wara. So just like amazing, amazing cast. So you won't regret it. Make sure you go watch it, and
All right,
we're looking forward.
Real. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye. We'll talk off screen about that one, offline.
Offline. We'll talk
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, I think we should check what's going on in the kitchen.
No, we should not check. We should stay. You should stay. No, Martino, you should stay.
Yeah, so,
Ooh, would you look at that?
yeah, look at anything. There's nothing to see here. Anyway, welcome to the kitchen, guys. Chef Shebi Otimo has been in charge today, making us this breakfast. Mike, move.
Stop hovering, Mike.
Yes. Okay, so Chef Shebi Otimo, tell us about this dish.
Yes.
Well, Titi gets to have a taste of it.
Why does she get to have a taste?
We choose,
Because
we taste it.
He has yesterday.
I haven't had a taste
The
in
last
a week.
time you had a taste like.
Listen to the chef.
No,
Listen
it's
to the
Titi
chef.
I choose.
Listen to the chef.
Wow.
Titi, Oya Mazino, Oya take. So that I have this.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
All
you.
right. So where do I
Let's see.
start from? So
Anywhere.
both
Start
yam
with,
and plantain.
taste
Anywhere
that
you
thing.
want it.
Where you start
We have
from.
yam.
You're asking
we have,
us.
I'm
Come on, start from here.
I'm afraid of
He's asking you to
is it
start from.
spicy?
Spicy.
That's going to start from.
It's not.
Martino can't even wait. He's using his hands straight.
No, I'm an African man. You tell me.
Loving it. It's
Dundun,
dundun, but it's crispy
With
on the
sauce.
outside and soft on the inside.
That
Nice.
is kono.
This is kunu.
Kunu.
Yes.
All right, beautiful. And the sauce is just the right level of spicy.
Thank
you so much.
Maybe you can do a taste.
All right.
No, don't worry.
So you know what?
Maybe.
I'm enjoying
Mike has
watching
already
them.
done that before.
What have we done? What have we done?
That's why Mike is so calm.
Off your mic, all of you. I've not done
A big
anything.
shout out to our amazing chef, Chef Shebi Otimo.
Thank you so much.
From Super Tongues Concepts.
Yes,
Right?
that's it right there.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And a big shout out to our friends at Homely NG for the kitchen accessories. We appreciate you. And hey, Independence Day is coming. It's around the corner, people.
away.
It's
We are
around the
looking
corner.
forward to it. Nigeria at 60. That's
Yes,
a
sir.
big one, actually.
It is.
That's a
Make
really
sure
big
you
one.
tune in again tomorrow.
That's
6
right.
a.m., people. Bye.